Again, don't take away that there's 30 active cases out in the community. It's just been 30 total positives since we started monitoring that. Last week we had a question in regards to 911 services. As part of my duties as Director of Public Safety, I help coordinate fire and EMS response to emergency management in the county. And there was a question last week as how that affected our operation. Well, we're still operating 24/7, 365, but it has affected us in some ways. For example, we've increased our usage of personal protective equipment, where we traditionally wore gloves about on every call. Now we're wearing masks on a lot of calls, gowns, goggles, face shields. And we're disinfecting our apparatus, our ambulances, our fire trucks. We spend time making sure that those have all the viruses out of them. So it has affected us some in that way, but with that being said, if you need 911, you be sure to give us a call, and we'll be right there providing that service. Again, if you think you may have a health issue, and it's not a life-threatening emergency, you may try calling your doctor first and seeing what advice they can offer you on the phone. We also can do telehealth. That a lot of the physicians are set up to do that. Even our offices here in Rocky Mount can do some of the telemedicine over the phone. So, if your allergies are acting up this time of year, and give your physician a call, they can set you up telehealth and look at you right over the phone and get you a prescription out for that and hopefully help your needs. Another thing that we need to do is just remember that even though the governor is beginning to go through phase 1, and Mike will talk about that in a little bit, keep in mind that we still need to take care of our personal hygiene, especially stuff like hand washing, at least 20 seconds. That you're washing your hands. Make sure you're vigorously rubbing them together. You're using an antimicrobial soap. And if you don't have soap and water available, hand sanitizer, such as the one I'm having here, is something that you can utilize. But this is not a replacement for soap and water. So utilize this until soap and water is available, then utilize soap and water and vigorously rub them together. Social distancing, that is very important. Remember that to stay at least 6 feet, and a good way to measure that is 2 arm lengths. So if I can reach out to another person and we can barely touch, that would be basically 6 feet. So try to keep that in mind. I know a lot of the businesses around locally are marking the spots in the floor to be able to stand on. So keep your social distance 6 feet apart. Wear a mask if you have to go out in public. That not only protects other citizens, but can protect you also. So just be aware of that, and we will get through this thing together. I know our world is upside down right now, but the quicker we get through it, the quicker we get back to normal. And I know all of us want to get back to normalcy there. Limit your travel. Remember, if you don't have to go out, limit that, and we will get through this thing together. With that, I'd like to just kick it over to Mike here a second. Again, Mike Burnett, Director of Economic Development for the county. And we've got started back in March, a COVID task force in the county that's made up of various stakeholders, department heads of the county, school system, Town of Rocky Mount, Town of Boonville, and other various groups. But Mike is chairing a local business work group subcommittee within that COVID task force. So Mike, thank you for joining me today, and I'll kick it over to you and let you talk a little bit about what we can do to support local businesses and get them through this, because I know they're being hit really hard on that. And also, as we look forward to phase 1 of the governor's orders that will begin, I believe, this Friday. So Mike?
Yeah, so Billy, thank you for that. We're very much looking forward to the governor's phase 1 opening up on Friday, unless something happens between now and then. We are seeing a lot of pain with a lot of our businesses here in the county, especially the small businesses and the ones that are related to tourism. the restaurants, the hotels, and some of those. Luckily, we're going to start seeing some of those opening back up. Coming up on Friday, restaurants still be doing takeout and delivery, but we'll be able to do outdoor seating up to 50% capacity now, so that's going to be a big help for a lot of folks. Biggest thing we want to get across is that we're all in it together. Our community businesses are very, very important to the community in general. So in any way that folks can go out and patronize those businesses as it's safe and as they're reopening with social distancing and all the protective measures you should take, try to support our businesses as much as possible here locally, be that retail or restaurants or anything like that. We're seeing some pretty good levels of employment staying where it is with our major industries. Our major employers seem to be doing okay right now. Of course, blanket statements, everyone has a little different situation, right. But as of now, we're still holding on pretty well. As I said, a lot of uncertainty in the small business community, and so we're doing everything we can to provide information for businesses that are interested in what might be out there as far as resources. They can always go to the Franklin County website. We have a special COVID-19 webpage just for businesses, has all the relevant information there. Be watching the governor. He does press conferences Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 o'clock. And so that's where most of the most detailed and up-to-date information is coming from. So always want to check on that, and just do what we can to take care of each other and take care of yourselves.
Well, that's great, Mike. Thank you for that information. I was watching TV the other day, and I seen a commercial on there, and I jotted that note down. I thought it was a real interesting saying it, especially in supporting your local businesses. And it was pertaining to restaurants, and it said the restaurant may be closed, but the kitchen is open.
That's right.
So get out there and order a meal, and sit in the parking lot, and enjoy the weather, and eat your meal, or take it back home and sit on your front porch and enjoy your meal. But we need to keep those local businesses going. That's what drives our economy, and that's really important. Along that same line is that if you need a meal, we have a mobile food trailer that's going around through the county Monday through Friday, and it's delivering a nutritious bagged lunch each day, Monday through Friday, and it's at various locations. On Monday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., that trailer's at the Ferrum Elementary School. On Tuesdays from 1 to 2, it's down at the Henry Elementary School. On Wednesdays from 1 to 2, it's at the Glade Hill Elementary School. On Thursdays from 1 to 2, it's at the Callaway Elementary School. And then on Friday from 1 to 2, it's at Heavenly Manna in Rocky Mount. So take advantage of that. That's again being put together with collaboration between Franklin County Public Safety, the County of Franklin, Franklin County School Board, Franklin County Parks and Rec, Healthy Franklin County, Next Hall Trailers, and Proline Trailers is getting this around. So if you need a meal or know somebody that needs a meal, be sure to stop by and pick up a nutritious meal. It's a bag lunch. You don't even have to get out of your car. You just pull in between 1 and 2, and somebody comes up. It's really no questions asked. We'll ask your name and where you live at, and that's just for some demographic monitoring on our end. And we hand you the lunch, and if you need a couple lunches, we're happy to provide those. So take advantage of that and get out there and get that free meal. Just a couple other things that I wanted to bring up is if you're watching today and have a question, please give the station a call here at 540-489-8812 with questions for Mike or myself, and we'll try to get you an answer. And if we can't, we will research and get back with you. So give us a call here with any of your COVID questions or any safety questions you may have. A couple things I'd like to note here that is part of the COVID task force. We get a lot of questions on the life of COVID and the half-life and stuff like that, and how we can disinfect or decon for that. So I had a couple of things that came out actually this morning from the CDC, so I wanted to share with you. And it's various products and what the life of the COVID virus is on these. Paper, 3 hours. So if you had some paper exchanging hands, it is potentially that the virus could be there for up to 3 hours. So how do you get rid of it? Well, you could not touch it. You could wear gloves. Some UVA, you know who I pull for in football there. Some UV lights will take care of that. Cardboard, 24 hours. Wood and cloth products, up to 2 days. Plastics, up to 3 days. And glass and money, up to 4 days. So just some rules of thumb there that would help you understand how long the COVID virus potentially can live on products. Again, we like to encourage you to wear your personal protective equipment. You'll hear us refer to it as PPE, gloves, masks, glasses, face shield, and the like. I know a lot of that stuff you may not be accustomed to wearing and may not even have access to, but I think the most important things that we could do to protect ourselves and our community and get us back to normalcy is practice good hygiene. Remember again, soap, water, vigorously rubbing your hands together for at least 20 seconds. Social distancing, at least 6 feet from other folks. Limit your travel. Monitor your health. I know one of the things that we're doing, again, within our 911 system is each of our employees are checked each day for temperatures. One of the first things we do when we come to work is evaluate our temperature. And CDC recommends that it needs to be below 100.4. So you may consider doing that. Limit your travel and don't travel unless you have to. Again, like I said, using hand sanitizer is good, but not a replacement for soap and water. So with that, we look forward to getting some of your questions, and I think we'll send it to a commercial at this time. And Mike and I will be back in just a couple minutes, so take a minute to watch these commercials and call your questions in, and we'll be back in just a few. Well, welcome back to COVID Community Conversations. Again, I'm Billy Ferguson. I'm the Director of Public Safety with Franklin County. And with me today is Mike Burnett. He's the Economic Development Director for Franklin County. And we're talking all things COVID as it relates to personal protection and what the county is doing to assist our citizens as we navigate these uncharted waters. Again, so if you have any questions, be sure to give us a call here at Cable 12 at 540-489-8812. Or if you think of something later on today, you could call my office at 483-3091, or you give Mike a call at 483-3030, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. If we don't have the answers, we will do our best to find some answers out. So one of Mike's big jobs is economic development for the county of Franklin County, and we know that's very important and a very challenging job. So I'll kick it back over to Mike, and we'll talk a little bit about how we can phase one, how we can support our business out there. So Mike.
Yeah, well, thank you, Billy. I thought what I'd do before we went off is to kind of talk a little bit about the phase one reopening that the governor has announced. As you know, hopefully everyone's been watching, the phase one will start on Friday, this Friday the 15th, and there'll be a lot of changes for businesses within the state of Virginia. We are one of the areas of the state that's being reopened. Again, phase one. Northern Virginia is staying closed for another couple of weeks until the end of the month. But for Franklin County and a lot of Virginia, you're going to start seeing different sectors of the economy reopening with more, with less restriction than what they've been dealing with. So just to give you a couple of examples, for non-essential retail, right now it's up to 10 people for a capacity. As of Friday, you'll now see those retail stores open with taking up to 50% capacity for customers. As we talked about earlier, restaurants will now be able to open outdoor seating up to 50% capacity. The entertainment, fitness, exercise businesses, those are going to stay closed for a little while longer. For us here in the county, a big thing is always outdoor recreation. And so our park system has been open. It will continue to be open. Not any organized activities, but it's available for the public to use for exercise and fishing. Still, the same limit on gatherings, 10 people limit, and teleworking is strongly encouraged. Anytime that you can, if your employer will let you, telecommuting, teleworking is the way to go right now. One of the big things for a lot of us here in the county is worship services. Right now, it's drive-in services and up to 10 people. As of Friday, that's going to open up to allow 50% capacity within the church. So that's a huge deal. The other thing that I think a lot of us are really looking forward to is the reopening of personal grooming. So salons and barbershops and those kind of places that have been closed up to now will be reopening, can reopen as of Friday with appointment-only services. So if you go to the barbershop and go sit in the line, it's what you're used to. Now you're going to be doing it by appointment. So at least we'll start being able to get our hair cut again. Thank goodness. And then the other thing I just want to mention, as always, the schools remain closed for the rest of the year. So we're still waiting to see what the future holds. How are the cases going to move up or down over the next few weeks? So we'll know whether we're going to be moving into a phase 2 reopening, or if it's going to be staying at phase 1, or even moving back to what we've been dealing with. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of really good professionals at the state level that are coming up with the plans and the restrictions and all of the ways that we need to function to stay safe as a business community, as a community of people itself. So I think that kind of gives you an idea of what's going to be changing between now and Friday. Hopefully be some more changes coming soon. I think the governor's looking at a early to mid-June area to reopen some more businesses and things. So hopefully coming up pretty soon it'll start getting back to a new normal anyway.
Mike, thank you. And I know we're all anxious to get back to what we know is normal, but I want us to keep our guard up and not become complacent as this goes on. I see even myself getting a little more complacent every day that goes by. But the quicker we can get through this thing, the quicker we can get back to what we know is normal. I would be remiss if I didn't say to when you see your frontline workers out there, take a minute to say thank you and give them a pat on the back. We've got a lot of folks out there that's working hard to support our community and keep you healthy. And your fire and EMS workers, your hospital workers, your doctor's office workers, your school employees, your teachers, your cafeteria workers, your school bus drivers. Those folks are out there every day working to support our community and to take care of our citizens. So if you see those people out there, pat them on the back and thank them for what they do. And again, Mike, I can't say it any better than Mike, support our local businesses. Again, I'll say the restaurant may be closed, but the kitchen is open. So go out there and get that meal. And I'm not sure when we will get back to normal. We may have to adapt to a new normal. Sometimes, I was riding around from work yesterday, headed home, and I saw a lot of people sitting out on the porch and in the front yard and stuff like you used to years ago. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of, I don't know, to me it brought kind of a breath of fresh air that you wasn't, you just get where you don't see that sometimes. And
That's
now
right.
I was seeing that. And so maybe if we go to a new normal, that will not be so bad. Again, I appreciate you joining Mike and myself here today. COVID Community Conversations airs each Wednesday from the Cable 12 studios at 12:30 to 1. And if you have any questions, feel free to call them into the station here at 540-489-8812. Or you can reach me or Mike. For me, it's 483-3091. For Mike, 483-3030. If you have any questions about COVID-19 or public safety or economic development, just give Mike or myself a call, and if we don't have the answer, we will do our best to get it to you. And again, we'd like to thank Cable 12 for allowing us the opportunity to do this as a community partner and get this word out. So Mike, before we go, anything else you'd like to add today?
No, I think the only thing I wanted to add was just to reiterate exactly what Billy said. We all owe a huge thank you and gratitude to those frontline workers, the fire and the rescue and all the people in public safety, government employees that are coming in, but also those at the grocery stores and the restaurants that come out of their house and serve the public with that potential for risk. And so that's does not go unnoticed, believe me. And then just a thank you to Cable 12 to be able to get this information out on a weekly basis to the community is a very, very big thing. And we just thank Cable 12 for what they do and their continued support.
Thanks, Mike. And we'll close now, and I'll leave you with these parting words. Just be sure to practice good hand washing, good hygiene, good social distance, at least 6 feet. Limit your travel, and continue to support our local economy. With that, have a great day, and we hope you join us next Wednesday at 12:30. Thank you.